Self-development has a nice lure to it, doesn't it? A world of people trying to be better versions of themselves. A world where you take control over your life and decisions. A world that makes you feel like you're making progress, like you're maturing and doing what nobody else is. This is it, you tell yourself. Whilst everyone else is partying and indulging in short-term pleasures, I'm gonna be working on myself. It feels great, doesn't it? You feel better about yourself, don't you? It feels like you've climbed right out of that dark place you were just in. You've taken the bait, you've trusted a new voice in your head, and that is when you become blind to the traps that lie in wait. Self-help makes you feel good, there's no doubt about it. There's this amazing feeling of satisfaction that I felt after finishing the final page of every self-help book that I read. I had a rise in motivation. I felt like I just completed the level of some video game and my character had just leveled up. You see, after every self-help book that you read, after every self-help video that you watch, there is a surge of dopamine that rises straight into your brain. That feeling of accomplishing something after reading each book made me feel incredible. And after finishing that self-help book, I would go straight onto Amazon and order a bunch of new ones. That cycle would repeat itself many times over. Buy a new book, feel a strong sense of motivation after reading it, and then buy another book, and on and on and on it went. If you still don't see the problem with what's going on here, let's take a look at the addictive side of dopamine. The reason anything becomes addictive is not because of the thing itself. The reason someone becomes addicted to a drug is not the drug, it's what the drug does to your brain. That rush of dopamine is what gets you hooked. And make no mistake, it is easy to get hooked to self-help. Whether orchestrated or not, the self-help world can put you under a massive illusion, the illusion of progress. After reading that book, you feel accomplished. After attending that seminar, you feel accomplished. After watching that self-help video, you feel accomplished. You feel like you've achieved something great and have done something really productive. That motivation lingers in your system, urging you to buy the next book, attend the next seminar, watch the next video. It's only when you take a second to pause and reflect when you realize nothing has changed. One of my favorite authors, MJ DeMarco, has a concept in his book called action faking, which is doing things that make you feel like you've accomplished something even though no actual progress has been made. It's that weird urge you get to clean your room when an important assignment is due. It's creating a schedule and then calling it a day's work once you're finished. It's reading about business but never actually starting one. It's buying the business cards instead of actually picking up the phone and making a sale. Action faking is an even more lethal form of procrastination because you're tricking yourself into thinking that you're actually making progress. So let this be your first warning. You don't need to read every self-help book out there, or attend every seminar, or buy every online course, or listen to every business podcast. There's a time when you're doing too much consuming and the action that needs to be taken is postponed. This is the first trap that so many people get themselves into, and it has dramatic consequences at the end of it all. An empty wallet, a whole bunch of temporary motivation, and a gut-wrenching realization in the back of your mind that knows you haven't achieved anything yet. You haven't made any progress. You only got better at convincing yourself that you did.